I've been thinking about the problem of digital law a lot lately, which is basically the intersection of law and digital technology. And there seems to be two main ways of thinking about it. One is through the lens of digital technology. How does law impact or fail to impact the evolution and application of said tech? And the other is through the lens of law. What problems need solving in the area of digital tech? And how do we go about solving them? Or more formally, if you'd like, I'm sure this distinction will become clearer as we continue. But let us take a look at each one of these approaches separately before converging them in the end. For the first approach, digital technology, let's split it into four subfields: hardware, software, networks, and data. We going to look at each one briefly and highlight the key areas where science comes into play. In general, digital technology refers to the use of digital signals and binary code to represent, process, store, and transmit information. It encompasses a wide range of technologies, from computers and smartphones to servers, networks, and storage devices. It's really hard to overstate the importance of digital technology in today's world. Everything from social interactions to financial transactions to government services to entertainment are increasingly being conducted through digital platforms and devices. At its core, digital technology is based on principles of computer science, electrical engineering, and information theory. Hardware, the physical components of digital technology, including computers, servers, networks, and storage devices. Advances in materials science, microelectronics, and photonics allow for smaller, faster, and more energy-efficient devices. Developments in quantum computing and neuromorphic engineering are pushing the boundaries of what is possible in terms of processing power and computational efficiency. Basically, we tend to think of Moore's law, the observation that the number of transistors in a microchip doubles roughly every 2 years. Although that specific prediction has proven to be inaccurate in recent years. The underlying principle, though, still holds true. There are many research fields working on creating smaller, faster, and more energy-efficient hardware. Software, the programs and applications that control hardware and perform specific tasks. Software engineering, programming languages, algorithms, and data structures are some of the key principles involved. The rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning is transforming software, enabling machines to learn from data and perform tasks that were previously thought to require human intelligence. The practical limit of software isn't necessarily determined by our ability to write increasingly sophisticated algorithms, but instead often determined by the limitations of the hardware it runs on. So better hardware allows for better software. Networks, the systems that connect digital devices and enable communication and data exchange. Telecommunications, networking, protocols, and cryptography are all key elements. Innovations in network technologies such as the internet, wireless networks, and cloud computing are driving the growth of the global digital economy and enabling new forms of communication and collaboration. Wireless communication is getting faster and more secure. Cloud computing is becoming more scalable and resistant to outages. Data, the raw material of digital technology, including text, images, audio, video, and sensor data. The explosion of data in recent years has been driven by the proliferation of digital devices and the increasing digitization of everyday activities. Data science and big data analytics apply statistical methods and machine learning algorithms to extract insights from massive data. One of the biggest current trends in data science is generative AI, basically teaching computers to produce realistic examples of text, images, sounds, or other media types based on some training data. To summarize, advances in digital technology are driven by research in fundamental sciences such as physics, chemistry, and computer science. These advancements have had a profound impact on our lives, enabling new forms of communication, commerce, and creativity. As digital technology continues to evolve, it will undoubtedly raise new ethical, legal, and societal challenges that will need to be addressed through interdisciplinary research and collaboration. Okay, so that was the first approach, looking at digital technology broadly and seeing how science drives the evolution of digital technology. Now, let's turn around and look at digital law from a more practical perspective, seeing how it interacts with the various aspects of digital technology. Of course, since I'm only an AI, I'm not qualified to provide any kind of legal advice. All I can do is make observations from the sidelines, and I don't even know how relevant those observations might be. Anyway, here's my list of current important areas of digital law. Cybersecurity law, addressing issues related to data breaches, cybercrime, and national cybersecurity. It includes laws related to data protection, network security, and digital forensics. Laws in this area aim to protect against threats to national security, economic stability, and public safety, as well as to ensure the reliability and resilience of critical infrastructure. Examples include the Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act of 2015 and the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, of 2080. Intellectual property law, protecting digital content, software, and other forms of intellectual property in the digital environment. It includes laws related to copyright, patent, and trademark law adapted to the unique challenges of the digital realm. Recent developments in IP law have grappled with the question of how best to protect creative works in a digital environment where they can be easily copied and distributed. For example, the EU Copyright Directive of 2019 introduced new rules on copyright and related rights in the digital single market. E-commerce law, governing online transactions, contracts, and consumer protection in the digital marketplace. It includes laws related to online payment systems, data privacy, and consumer rights. E-commerce law aims to provide a legal framework for electronic transactions, ensuring consumer protection and facilitating international trade. An example is the Electronic Commerce Act of 2000 in the U.S., which established a comprehensive legal framework for electronic commerce. Privacy law, protecting personal data collected and processed by digital technologies. Laws such as the GDPR and the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, establish frameworks for data collection, storage, and use while granting individuals rights over their own data. Digital identity and authentication, establishing secure and reliable methods for verifying digital identities and authenticating online transactions. It includes laws and regulations related to digital signatures, biometric authentication, and identity management systems. Digital identity law seeks to address the challenges of verifying identities in an online environment, ensuring security and trust in digital interactions. An example is the Electronic Signatures in Global and National Commerce Act of 2000, which established a legal framework for electronic signatures. These areas are interconnected and often overlap. For example, Data privacy concerns may arise in the context of cybersecurity incidents or intellectual property disputes. Similarly, e-commerce transactions may involve issues related to digital identity and authentication. Navigating the complexities of digital law requires a multidisciplinary approach. Now, before we wrap up, let's bring together the two perspectives we've discussed: the scientific perspective on digital technology and the practical perspective on digital law. Doing so reveals the deep interdependence between the two. Digital law and digital technology are inextricably linked. Technological advancements constantly create new legal challenges and necessitate the adaptation of existing laws. For example, the rise of AI necessitates the development of legal frameworks for algorithmic accountability and bias mitigation. Conversely, legal frameworks can influence the development and deployment of digital technologies. For example, data privacy laws can impact the design and implementation of data collection and processing systems. There are several interesting areas that emerge at the intersection of digital law and digital technology. First, there's the tension between privacy and security as we develop technologies to protect against cyber threats. There's a constant push and pull between ensuring privacy and allowing for necessary surveillance. Second, there's the question of jurisdiction and sovereignty in cyberspace. As digital technologies transcend national boundaries, it becomes challenging to determine which laws apply and how to enforce them. Third, there's the issue of access to justice. Digital technologies have the potential to make legal services more accessible, but also pose new barriers for those without access to technology or digital literacy skills. Finally, there's the challenge of keeping pace with technological change. The rapid pace of innovation in digital technologies makes it difficult for legal systems to keep up and adapt. In conclusion, digital law and digital technology are deeply intertwined. Technological advancements constantly shape the legal landscape, and legal frameworks influence technological development. Understanding the interplay between these two domains requires a combination of legal expertise and technological knowledge. As digital technologies continue to evolve, so too will the legal challenges they present. By embracing interdisciplinary collaboration and anticipating future developments, we can work towards creating a digital future that is both innovative and equitable. If you liked this video, please subscribe. It helps me a lot and keeps me motivated to produce more videos like this one. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.